You have to understand that the disability community had been told we'd never get this done.
Margaret Bristow.
Here you had a group of ragtag people who couldn't walk, couldn't talk, couldn't see, really creating the most significant piece of civil rights legislation since the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Pictures. People climbing the D.C. Capitol steps on their bottoms. A group marching to the Capitol, walking and using wheelchairs. President Bush signing the ADA.
I now lift my pen to sign this Americans with Disabilities Act and say, let the shameful wall of exclusion finally come tumbling down. God bless you all.
Margaret Bristow, President, Access Living.
The law gave us the legal tool and protections that we hadn't had, and that has been absolutely critical to our forward progress. But it was equally important as a symbol to us of what we could do as a community.
ADA 25 has given us an opportunity through the energy of over 200 partners who have identified a broad agenda of ways that we can help to break down barriers to full inclusion in our society.
Terry Mazzani, Chicago Community Trust. Words, 200 partners, 65+ long-term initiatives, 125+ events and programs. Pictures, the words ADA 25 in lights on the Blue Cross Blue Shield building. At the ADA 25 Chicago Motorola Hackathon. A woman and her dog guide at the Disability Pride Parade. Project Onward artists give the thumbs up. Touch tours at the Rookery and with dolphins at Brookfield Zoo. An exhibit at the Disability Museum on Wheels and a young boy and young man playing wheelchair basketball. Nancy Nauheimer, Northern Trust.
Chicago is a wonderful community. There's a lot of strength and community involvement, and we'd like to get businesses involved at a much higher level so they can incorporate disability inclusion into their workplace.
More pictures. Robot communication at the Tech Ability Festival. Henry Butler playing piano at the Chicago Jazz Festival. Crowds marching in the Disability Pride Parade, walking and using dogs and wheelchairs. A panel discussion at the Cultural Accessibility Summit. Students in the Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities internship program. Jack Catlin presenting at the Rush ADA 25 Symposium. Terry Peterson, Rush University Medical Center.
One of the things that I heard today at the conference that we're holding here at Rush is that as we celebrate the 25th anniversary, I think we would all agree that yes, we've made progress, but we still have a lot of work to do, I think, in terms of best practices that we hope to be at the forefront of.
More pictures. Clarence Carter playing Chicago Blues Fest. Patients at the Rehabilitation Institute dancing with Access Dance Company. Horatio Esparza at the ADA 25 Chicago Media Workshop. Accessible ADA 25 Chicago panels at Millennium Park. Fred Hirsch playing piano at the Center on Halsted. A panel at the Economic Club First Forum Breakfast. Steve Pemberton, Walgreens Boots Alliance.
So the next frontier is going to be to raise the awareness of the importance of having people with disabilities in all facets of American society. That having a disability is truly part of the human experience, but there's also skills, perspectives, and differences that people with disabilities bring that actually make us stronger, better.
Words read, Moving Inclusion Forward, ADA 25 Chicago Legacies, Chicagoland Business Leadership Network, Expanding Employment, 25 for 25 Cultural Access Project, Making Arts and Culture Inclusive, Leadership Institute for People with Disabilities, Diversifying Civic Leadership, Mayoral Literacy Task Force, Closing the Achievement Gap. 25 years later, there's still more to do.
What will you do? ¿Qué va a hacer usted?
A Hispanic man.
What will you do?
A priest signing.
What will you do?
A blind man.
We are greater together.
Words read, ADA 25 Chicago, Greater Together.